What's up, everybody, and you're very welcome along to this Anfield Agenda 10-minute transfer roundup. As always, I'm going to really quickly fly through the stories around Liverpool Football Club today, but let's be honest, there's only really one story. It is Darwin Nunez. We will get to it momentarily. Before I get stuck into it, please remember, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. Drop a like on the video for me also. As always, would love to know your thoughts on the subject I speak about tonight in the comment section. And if you want to catch Anfield Agenda live, just remember, all of our live content for the upcoming season will be over on our Twitch channel. The link to that is in the description of this video. And tomorrow night, which will be Thursday, myself, Paddy Murphy and Chris Stonage will be live from 8:30 till 10 o'clock talking all things transfers over on our Twitch channel. So look, let's get stuck into it. Darwin Nunez. Just when you think the Reds have got no money, we go and commit what is not an insubstantial amount of money. Around about a 100 million euro. Again, this number will move a little bit as the actual fee gets, because as I record this, full disclosure, as I'm recording this right now, it seems like there's about a 5 million euro gap in the valuations between what Benfica want, what Liverpool want to pay. And when you're talking about a transfer of about 100 million euro, you're probably going to find a solution to that. So I would imagine, I'm taking a chance here because I'm recording this video just before the 10:30 transfer embargo news tends to break. So I'm going off the information that I have to hand right now. And that information is, like I told you in previous days, Darwin Nunez prefers the idea of a move to Liverpool. But I think we can go a little bit further now and say Darwin Nunez, without a catastrophe, will be a Liverpool football player for the upcoming season. I'll repeat that again. Darwin Nunez, without any catastrophe happening here over the next 48 hours, will become a Liverpool footballer for next season. And of course, for 5 seasons on past that. It is a 5-year contract, rumoured to be already agreed with regards to personal terms. He's away on international duty at the minute with Uruguay. I believe they have a game on the 11th of June. So a medical could take place, perhaps, while he's away on international duty, if Uruguay were to allow him to leave for a little bit to get that done. And a couple of other things kind of do hinge on this as well. So Sadio Mane to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are unhappy with the figures that Liverpool are asking for. Bayern feel that it's a similar situation to when they sold Thiago to Liverpool for 25 million quid. Same length of contract. But Liverpool were very quick to point out that Lewandowski, they're looking for 50 million euro for to move to Barca. And again, similar contractual situation. So Liverpool have their fee. And I think Liverpool will get close to their fee. Some of the add-ons that in the second offer that came from Bayern Munich were quite frankly ludicrous. One of the or two of the things rumoured to be in there were that in order for some of these add-ons to be achieved, they would have to win the Champions League 3 times, and Mane would have to win the Ballon d'Or 3 times. With all due respect to Sadio Mane, he could win a Ballon d'Or, but he ain't winning 3. And Bayern Munich to win the Champions League 3 times in the time that Sadio's there, again, very unlikely. So you can see why Liverpool refused that. I do feel they'll find a solution, and I think that will line up with the Darwin Nunez stuff as well. One interesting thing that I'd like to hear your thoughts on, though, folks, is, one, do you think Liverpool are going to overpay for Nunez? I will answer that myself in a second. But 2, what shirt number could we see Darwin Nunez potentially wearing at Liverpool Football Club? You think if Mane leaves, the number 10 comes up. But I feel like, and again, this is just my feeling, I feel like Fabio Carvalho would be a better fit for the 10. We do know that Bobby Firmino has been reported today by Neil Jones of Goal that Bobby Firmino will be allowed to run down his Liverpool contract, seeing him leave next summer. So that frees up the number 9 shirt, which could see maybe Darwin Nunez take a short-term solution shirt. I believe maybe a Penarol or elsewhere. Somebody said to me he'd worn number 24 before, so that could be an option as well, perhaps. Let's wait and see. So yeah, let's get back to the fee for Darwin Nunez. Do we think we're overpaying? Do I feel we're overpaying? Well, it would be the biggest transfer in Liverpool Football Club's history, eclipsing the £75 million Liverpool paid Southampton for Virgil van Dijk. And when Liverpool tend to go big, Van Dijk, Alisson, we tend to get it right. So, are we overpaying? For this particular moment in time with what Nunez has achieved, I think it's fair to say that some of this transfer fee will be for his potential. Is his market value after his one great season at Benfica this high? No, but Klopp knows a striker when he sees one. Robert Lewandowski, Jurgen Klopp. Aubameyang, I believe, Klopp brought through as well. So if Klopp backs a striker, wants to buy a striker, I have no reason to believe that Darwin Nunez will turn out to be anything other than great value. And the 5-year contract, I want to try and explain something as best as I can here. Quickly glance down, we're at 5.5 minutes, so 4.5 minutes to go, so I can talk a little bit. I know people think I waffle sometimes and tell me to get to the point, but trust me, this is me paring it down and trying to be to the point. So Darwin Nunez will cost Liverpool around about 80 million quid, give or take, in pounds. So how that fee becomes more realistic compared to, let's look at Houlden at Manchester City. So Houlden to Manchester City was £51 million plus whatever the agent's fees and stuff was, and then his wages on top of that. And it's rumoured that over the course of his 5 years there, he'll probably cost Manchester City £250 odd million all in. Now, if you look at Darwin Nunez to Liverpool, that transfer fee, because it's a 5-year contract, that'll be amortised on the club's book over 5 years, meaning you basically divide the transfer fee, 80 million quid, by the length of contract, 5 years, you work out at about cost of about 16 million per year on the club's books. And then there's his wages. And his wages aren't going to be an issue. Sadio Mane, even on the highest end, earns about 140 grand a week. Some people believe it's 100 grand a week, but either way, for this example, that's kind of irrelevant. Darwin Nunez right now, it's believed that he earns around €30,000 a week at Benfica. What will he earn at Liverpool? The numbers that I've seen mentioned are about 70 to 80 grand a week. That's where the deal becomes far more affordable for Liverpool than the likes of Erling Haaland to Manchester City. You know, the numbers for him are about, I think, £325,000, if my memory's right, a week. So if those numbers are true, the 5 years that Darwin Nunez will be contracted to Liverpool will cost Liverpool in wages approximately 1 year of Erling Haaland's wages at Manchester City. And that's where this deal becomes far more fair to Liverpool, I suppose, far more affordable to Liverpool and our owners, because the absolute commitment, the total financial commitment for the player won't come near to the money that, you know, Erling. And I'm not saying Haaland here just to bully Man City or to be an asshole. It's purely because it's a like for like. It's a forward option coming into another Premier League rival, and, you know, very easy comparison to make. So it's up to you whether you think we're overpaying or not. But again, what I'd say is Klopp very, very, very rarely gets these things wrong when big money is involved. And I think we have to take a moment here as well to give the owners some credit, because I'll be the first one to call FSG out on the stuff that they get wrong, and I won't back down from that. But I think if we're to have credibility as a fan channel, and if we're to have credibility as fans, we can't ignore the positive stuff. So if they're going to back the manager to the tune of about £80 million for a striker, what more can we really ask? You know, we want him to be backed. He's going to be backed. They've done the main stand. They're doing the Annie Road end. They've done Kirby, of course. They've developed in and around Anfield. They brought us in Van Dijk and Alisson. And yes, I'm aware we sold Coutinho for them. But I just feel like to be balanced on all of this, we got to give them their credit. And if they back the manager and Klopp said, I want Darwin Nunez, and Liverpool get Darwin Nunez, there's not really much more to complain about from that front. Then I guess we move on to other quick targets. So Calvin Ramsey, that will be sorted out very soon. Leeds have already brought in a right back, so they were viewed as our potential competition for the kid from Aberdeen. So I think that'll be done end of the week, early next week. Connor Bradley, as I mentioned yesterday, is rumoured to be believed to be going out on loan. Takumi Minamino is of interest to Leeds, I believe, having worked with Jesse Marsh at Salzburg. Liverpool are looking for about 15 to 18 million on him. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain will be allowed to leave the club if a suitable offer comes in this window. Liverpool's valuation, probably 12 to 15 million for him. Who else have we got? Firmino, I've touched on. But the really interesting one for me is, and I've nothing to back this up whatsoever, it's just wishful thinking. Imagine the buzz if Nunez gets done and Salah signs a contract extension. Then we go into this season feeling completely different. Salah, I've no reason to say he's going to sign a contract extension at this moment in time. I honestly haven't got a clue what way this will work out. I did look into the Barcelona stuff, and the response that I got from a very, 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 very well placed journalist in Spain was it's too early for Barcelona to be able to commit to that type of a wage for next season. It would depend on a lot of things, players moving on, contracts running out, that kind of stuff that would free up money. So Salah to Barca, yeah, too early to say. So hopefully, hopefully Mo signs a new deal, and then it all comes down to, do we get a midfielder in this window, or do we wait and go after Hey Jude, which is the obvious target, isn't it? Look, that brings it to an end tonight. Do drop a like on the video. Do let me know your thoughts on everything I've spoken about. If I'm a little bit waffly tonight, forgive me. It's been a good day for Liverpool. We like the positives. As always, have yourselves a cracking week. Lots of love, and I will chat to you same time, same place tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.